Okay, so I'm working on launching a rocket from a balloon, and I need to do an intermediary step of launching a rocket from a drone. And so I need to make a nose cone, which I'm going to make a Ogive nose cone. The right way to pronounce it is Ogive, but it's written Ogive, so I will always say Ogive. Basically, this is a Ogive nose cone. Uh, it's a circular arc and has a shape parameter. It's basically the ratio of this diameter to the diameter of your actual rocket. This one has a parameter of 5. I'm going to make one with a parameter of 1. It'll kind of look like this. I'm going to do it for a 4-inch tube. So I'm going to show you how to CAD it up with Freecad, and then we're going to print it.
Okay, so I've got Freecad open here. Let's make a new thing. So I have a sketch. This is a sketcher menu. We're going to do that. What we're going to do is revolve the sketch around the z-axis to make the cone. So we do a base, start with the single plane drawing of it. So we'll just, I said it's based on an arc, so just kind of throw in 3 somewhat random points. This will be the outer side of the nose cone. So to start constraining this, so I want the center of this artificial curve. This isn't actually on the rocket. This is the center point that defines the arc. We'll put these guys on the axis. This will make more sense when it's finished if it doesn't now, but I'm showing you how it's done. Okay, so right now I'm just kind of setting up the tools for how it's going to work. So the first parameter is going to be the height. This one's key. So I want about 4 inches, so I'm making it 101.5 millimeters. So that defines that. And so I took calipers and measured my 4-inch tube, and it was 101.5, so the radius is 50.75. So now I have a nice outer shape there. So that's the outer surface. We have to make a complete surface here, so I gotta define the inner side. So I'll make another. Again, these points don't mean anything. This guy is gonna go over here, right on there. Basically, I want this to be 1 millimeter thick. Not sure exactly the best number, but 1 sounds fine. This guy would need to be on the axis. So I'm not great with CAD tools, but can usually get things done. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to put this guy a little bit higher. Let's call it 1.5. I need to put this guy down here. Okay. Then I would, again, want this not to be too thick, so I'll make it 1 millimeter. So we gotta close these solids too, so let me just put in a line. So we're gonna revolve something. It needs to be closed. Okay, so just coincide these guys. There we go. Green means it's fully defined as a shape, so the CAD program's happy, but we don't quite have a, solid. This is open. And we want this to go into the, the barrel of the tube, so I gotta define that. We'll do something like this. Okay, so I want it to go in about 1 inch, so that's easy enough, 25.4 millimeters. Let's see. I'm going to move this guy over here. Okay, and then this length, I want to go about 2 millimeters higher, so I'll just call it 27.4 millimeters. Sticking to my 1 inch width rule, I'll just make this 1. And now I'm going to have to figure, I gotta close this up, see if this will work. No, okay, it doesn't like something, so I gotta find the constraint it doesn't like. Delete the one I just made. Let's see. Constraint 23. That's fine. I'm not sure what this constraint is, so I'm gonna delete it. Constraint these two. Okay, so this looks pretty good. And then I haven't defined the kind of inner diameter for the tube. So I measured that, about 98.3 millimeters, which is 49.6 radius. Okay, so this is starting to look good. Let's see. So I probably need to line these guys up too, so let's just do that. Oh, I didn't like it. So again, I'm over-constraining the sketch. Not sure why. So it's a matter of going through and figuring out what I did wrong. Some of these I remember. So I know they're not the culprit. Saying the line's parallel. Okay, so get rid of that one. Okay, so that looks a little bit funky. So I guess I could move this up here to make it a little bit nicer. Okay, so that's that. We're pretty much ready to go. I'm going to save this. Nose Cone to 5. With Freecad, save regularly because it'll crash. It's a good program. Okay, so we have this. Just keep saving. Hope it doesn't crash. I find it'll crash sometimes. Alright, now I just gotta revolve this guy. And let's see. I never know exactly where things are. I think it's this. Hit this button. Always makes you jump through a hoop. Add a body. Whatever that means. Put it next to the plane. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna save it before I do anything else. So let's check it out. So pretty cool, huh? So again, on most rockets you'd see a higher shape parameter, so the only thing you change is make this height a lot higher, and then you get a smoother, more rocket-looking one, but for mine, I'm not doing that.
Okay, so here there's a couple other parts I want to add that aren't really critical to the nose cone design, but I'm throwing in a cylinder towards the bottom so I have something to tie the nose cone on after I blow it off for the ejection charge. And then I'm also putting a hole in the top so I can run the string through so it's going to hang from a drone or a balloon. So just either make a cylinder and merge it, or take a cylinder and subtract it from the cone. Those are the two operations I'm doing here.
And I'm gonna using that. That's our nose cone. Save it again. And we export. File export. STL, called nose cone 5. We're ready to 3D print. I just load that STL we made. It'll auto put on the platform. And then we just go print. No big deal. And that's about it. Now I'm just going to send this code to the 3D printer and that'll be that.
So here's the time lapse of that 3D print. It's about 5 hours to do this whole thing. Decent job. Some of the internal bar I made, I don't like the way that printed. So I'm not sure exactly what I'd do differently. Maybe I needed to make it a little bit thicker, the shell in general. Doesn't feel super strong, it's not going to break, but you never know. Anyway, so that's about it. Here it comes. So there you have it, the Ogive Nose Cone. So fits pretty much what I expected. You can sand it down or add tape to make it tighter or looser. The inside, probably hard to see, but yeah, does what it needed to do.